Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Patrons video today that I'm making for Yida as part of their custom monthly music review. Today we'll be checking out a track from an act named Red titled Live Show, and if we switch over to here we have ourselves the track on the screen. We're going to listen through it from start to finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. What do we have, man? What do we have? Live Show. I like the sort of guitars, man. It's fantastic how that comes in like that. I don't know why I'm getting an ad here though. Thank you. Really tight tone on the limiting compression. I'm wondering how loud this is going to be relative to everything else. Oh, it's bombastic. They're really kind of digging in with the drums. The guitar is called No Groove. Yeah, it's kind of that filthy kind of rock and roll kind of style there. Good choice. Nice use of space here. Fantastic. Alright, and we've got lyrics as well, again, if I didn't mention it before, from Yida, so thank you for that. Okay, so let's talk about it. I think the vocals are like a little bit too present in the mix, but aside from that, things are absolutely fantastic. Maybe they just needed a little bit sort of like reverb or something. They could have even decided they had the reverb and then taken it away just before release. I do like the way the things sort of go down a little bit when the guitars sort of like take a break and the vocals are in that midway, you know, that middle part. And there's just a nice sort of equilibrium. That was a hell of a catchy riff though, man. Nice leveling with the bass as well. Oh no, never mind. No, the vocals are absolutely fine. Nice offbeat groove in the hi-hats, man. I dig it. A nice diesel amp there. Those amplifiers are fantastic, man. I would love to have a diesel amplifier. I might get it when I can afford it. Of course, they're not cheap. Definitely not. Nice use of an octave fiddle here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I was just reviewing some music before, and like, if I'm completely and utterly honest with you, it bored the crap out of me. It was boring. It was just one concept that was repeated for 2.5 minutes, and then the next track, one concept that was repeated for 2.5 minutes, and then the next track, one concept that was repeated for 2.5 minutes. And it sucks because I know that they're capable of more than this. And, you know, Red Generation are smashing it here. They've had different ways of approaching the guitars, the bass, the drums, range with the performances, different grooves, different accent points. There's so much to enjoy. And it's music, man. It's supposed to be fun, dude. Like, it's supposed to be fun. And just if I can have a moment, I really hope that, like, because this is why I love doing these kind of videos, so people like Yida and all the other SP patrons, because you guys send me really dope tunes. And even if I don't like it, it's still music that stood the test of time typically, so even if it's not my personal taste, it's still really well written and well performed and stuff like that. And like, I get a lot of that too from my other reviews I do, but also there's some stuff that comes in and you just know that they're trying to be someone else, and it's such a shame. Such a shame. You gotta be yourself, man. You know, within reason, don't be a dick. But like with music, you've got to show people who you are, because you're the only person that can be you. Even if you don't become wildly successful, at least you're playing your music. I love the fact we stick with these palm muted sort of rhythm chords on top of the tom fills there, and everyone else gets into it. Everyone else is singing along. There's such a great chemistry with the rest of the band members. Sick fill though. That was excellent. Nice panning of that lead guitar on each side. Full response. Fantastic. And then coming back into the center. See those little decisions there in the post-processing that can make or break a track. It's nice to have the lead guitars come into that mid to high range there. Nice stacking on top of the rhythms. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Alice 9, to be honest. I like how the asshole was in English. Great job, man. Great job. Oh, I muted it by accident. Sorry, kids. The halftime switch into that is a nice way to finish up. Lets us know something's going to adjust. He's hitting the hell out of those snare drums, man. Great tone. Adjustment of that outro to the light fill riff. Awesome, man. That's sick. I assume this is the, it's the entire, yeah, I don't know if we need to watch this part. A little bit. Yeah, it's nice to have the extended, so many people involved in this, dude. Venue sponsor? Production design? Projection design. Ted Jensen at Sterling Sound, New York. Damn, dude. So that's why they got that kind of old school vibe. Dude, I would have been a roast if I'd maintained that it wasn't mixed and mastered well. X3 Studio. Red Generation. Excellent fill, man. Excellent fill work. And then we've got ourselves the lyrics. Thanks again to Yida for these translations. Much appreciated. So I think this track about live show is all about sort of achievements and how, like, you know, you better surrender. The more you achieve, the more you feel hollow. You better surrender, never ever had anything. So it's like you do all these things, but like, what are you left with at the end? I like the, you know, the script backwards and forwards, and I've said all the lines without missing a single word. The audience stood up and clapped to give me an Oscar, and you smiled and nodded and said you did a good job, kid. I enjoy that. I think that's well translated. It translates well to like a lot of people go through with like, I mean, I can relate to that personally, you know, I can relate to a feeling of need to achieve, to sort of prove myself, you know. Is life a perfect show? The requirement for survival? I don't know. Yeah, no, it isn't. Nothing's perfect. Let me just be clear about something really important. The biggest thing I learned from 2022 is that nothing is perfect, and that striving for perfection is complete silliness. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. You can just do the best you can, right? So I absolutely vibe with this track, you know. So real, you know, I'm a master liar. Let down into the hell and pretend to enjoy. How does it feel? Unreal. What does a life of perfect performance live for? How do you live a perfect performance, man? So real, I'm a lying asshole. Is a life of perfect performance meet the requirements of survival? I don't know. Yeah, live show. And this is the conclusion of my SP Patrons video for Yida for this, for this month's custom monthly music review. Red Generation's live show. What do I think this track is about? I think it's about people sort of like, you know, performing their best and realizing that it's basically just to meet the expectations of others. Trying to figure out what is most important to them in their life, how to kind of get by what is, you know, like what is enough? You know, these sort of really deep, sort of important philosophical questions that I don't think we ask ourselves enough. I think that this is really good subject material for a song. They absolutely smashed it out of the park. The vocal performance with the head and chest voice transitions, the use of English, and like, I don't want to get inside the minefield of trying to figure out whether it's like Mandarin or Cantonese, for example. I'm not sure which dialect it is, but that's fine. Look, I think that the singer did incredibly well here, singing in both languages, both English and whatever the other one was, and I think that that's excellent. I think that we nailed the attitude there. The performance was authentic and organic, and I think that it came from the heart, and this is a song that's very meaningful to the singer. And yeah, sounded heavy as hell, man, alongside the back and the accompaniment with the guitars, both rhythm and lead, you know, alongside the bass and the drums, you know. Nice and full sounding, great use of different effects like the pitch shifter and stuff like that. Nice use of sort of panning the different sort of lead instruments in the solo part and coming together in center for the big one and finish. And great dynamic range within the performance as well. Nice, you know, nice and loud on the hook and sort of bring itself back to some of the sort of verse and interlude bits. I think that in general we had a fantastic amount of range with the different sort of chord progressions and melodies we played there, whilst having instantly recognizable hook lines. We also had like other sort of varying sort of riffs and grooves, and the drum kit as well with the different, so it's those different fills that we did transitioning between parts, but also the mixture of like Tom's sort of accents on the bridge, the sort of the eighth note rhythms on the hi-hats, and then the offbeats on the chorus part. Fantastic amount of diversity to the percussion there, and the bass was nice and sort of around that low end there, keeping everybody else in check and keeping that groove going strong, man. It was fantastic and exceptional sort of impression. Don't know if this is necessarily my first, you know, impression with Regeneration, but it's one of the first. So fantastic, one of the first impressions here. Excellent stuff. I think that again they played really well together. There didn't seem to be a note out of place, and ultimately we just had musicians here who were really comfortable in their own shoes, understood the story well, and knew how to back up the vocalists with their melodies and harmonies as well. And of course we had the band also doing backing vocals on the bridge part, I think, or the chorus part. Great work, guys. Fantastic effort. You know, the production, recording, mixing, mastering was commercial grade, major label kind of stuff. The you know, it was a little bit dry for me at first, but then I got used to how the different parts sounded, including the singer. Nice recording and filtering EQ, as well as the rest of the elements in the mix. You know, like the guitar sounded nice and raw, the bass was nice and balanced in the low end there. The drums were punchy and sidechain well to the bass. Everything had a great presence and a position in the stereo field and the frequency spectrum where it allowed for it to be nice and wide, with a little bit of dynamic range and no weird resonances in the frequency spectrum. I think that you know, the minimalist amount of effects change on the vocals worked well because it allowed it to stand out. I know I said it was a little bit too sort of like present at the beginning, but we got around that in the end. It was fantastic. You know, the compression was great. Again, there was change in perceived loudness, so it wasn't too much. At the start, it was quite heavy, but like I kind of evened out over time, and I got used to the tone of it. And the limiting is nice and loud without pumping, and that's effectively my review of this track live show by Regeneration. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Regeneration some love via their various social medias and their YouTube page, and stay cool, stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next SP Patrons review. Spiderhands out.